Okay, there we go. All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm Dede. You're weird, and I like you. Okay, so I'm doing a Happy Mail Friday box, and then maybe work on an art journal page or something. We'll see. But I did want to do Miss Rose's Happy Mail. I also have Happy Mail from the one and only Grand Pam from YouTube, but she said she wasn't going to be able to be here this week. She said maybe she could be here Friday, but she said she didn't know if she could be here. So I have an awesome Happy Mail from her too, but I'm going to wait till Monday because she can be here. Miss Rose cause really is never at the morning stream. She's a late night jammy journaler group, so she's probably asleep. So, but I did want to show her Happy Mail on a stream. And for those of y'all that know our Miss Rose, her birthday is next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend. And so I'm going to send her this um, birthday card that CB made. And it's just perfect for our Miss Rose. So she's not going to see this. I mean, even if she does, it's okay. But I wanted y'all to see the birthday card we are sending our Miss Rose. Okay, so for those of y'all that don't know our Miss Rose, she is probably our oldest Ustream journaler group person that we have in our group. I'll just say that she's over 80. And I'm not sure how old she's going to be this birthday. But anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to share the card that we are all sending Miss Rose. So yes, I know we love our Miss Rose. So she sends us out. She always is trying to downsize her supply. She sends boxes to Sherry and um, uh, Noodle and who else? She sent some. She sent me some, but it's been a while since she has sent a box to me to share. I share the stuff that y'all send. She's, I guess, heard me or Jean or somebody talking about and the napkin journal. So she sent a box of napkins. Oh my gosh, Miss Rose. And she packs. She packs everything so perfectly. I have not gone through the napkins. I kind of flipped through because I wanted y'all to see how nicely she packed. I did take a top layer off to look at some of the tissue papers and cutouts and things she sent, but I have not dug through the napkins because I wanted you to see how nicely she packs a box. Okay, so it's one of these huge boxes, and I think the camera's high enough for me to show you. It's one of these priority boxes that's the square ones, this big. It's a big box. And oh, Miss Rose. Oh, Miss Rose, Miss Rose, Miss Rose. It is packed full. So I'm going to take this top layer off here just so that you can see. This is all tissue paper and cutouts. We're going to go through each one. Okay, but let me take this top layer of this off. And that's a big stack of that it's in itself. And we're going to go through this too. But let me move it over to the side for now. But look at this. She has a nice stack, another stack of tissue paper here. I'm going to unlayer this. Oh, let me move my coffee. That's scary right there. I am going to I'm going to unlayer this and then we'll go through this. Okay, Jean. Okay, Jean. So I'm going to just unlayer it and then we will go through it. So just stack by stack. Everything is so neat. I mean, if you could see, I mean, I can't even describe. Okay, here, let me get a stack at a time. I'm talking, I mean, look, guys, I'm talking stacks, right? Look how neatly she has packed this. Another stack. And I'm going to flip through them pretty quickly because there are stacks. Oh, Miss Rose cracks me up. And another stack. Just so you can see how much is in this box. I'm going to have a napkin drawer somewhere around here because, yeah, that's a lot of napkins. All right, I don't want to lose my Miss Rose card in the mayhem here, so let me put that off to the side. All right. All right, so let me just stack the napkins up neatly over here. And then we'll go through the other stuff first. I think this is tissue paper. Tissue paper and cutouts first. And then we'll do the napkins. No, let me get my box back put the cutouts back in though. I never would be able to pack that back as neatly as she put it in. So I wanted y'all to see it in person. Okay, Jean. Oh, okay. That's a napkin too. All right, let me see. All right, so here we go. So we have all kinds of tissue paper. You can't see it, but this is a glitter. That's a glitter tissue paper. I'm going to try to go through it kind of fast because there's a lot. Okay, here's more tissue paper, and y'all know that we use this stuff in our mixed media and our art journals. Here's some kind of that a stretchy. What's that kind of paper called? You know, they make banners out of. You make banners out of. There's a name for that stretchy tissue paper. All kinds of tissue paper. This one has friendship, celebrate, some wrapping papers, more tissue paper. And you can stamp on this too. Crepe paper. Thank you, Linda. Crepe paper. And so yeah, just all kinds of tissue paper that gift wrap tissue paper. But we use this nice tissue paper in our art journals, right? So this one's interesting. It's got question marks and exclamation marks on it. Cool. I'm going to start sounding like Victor. If y'all follow Victor, he goes, cool, cool. I like how Victor says, cool. Oh. Yeah, I found Victor through Shannon. Miss Shannon. Shannon Green. Y'all need to follow Shannon and Victor. Okay. Hey, Bryn. Anybody else popping in? If I missed you, I'm going. Hey, Carol. I'll try to say hi to you. There's Denise. Ferdinand. Who else have I missed? Karen, Kingor, Lynn. Hey, Lynn. A lot of the regulars and new people. Phyllis. Said hi to Poppy, Sandpat, Steffi. Thanks, guys, for being here. If I missed you, I'll try to. We got a new person, Coloring Glimmer. It's her first time to be here on a Friday, on a live show. So y'all make a Coloring Glimmer feel welcome. Okay, so yeah, more wrapping papers. And look, Holly, is it Holly? What was her name? Holly Hobbit? Holly Hobbit? What was her name? I know one of y'all know. I think it's Holly Hobbit. So, like vintage. Okay, let's see, what's this? Wrapping paper. This must be a Welcome to the World bulletin. Yeah, look. That's clever, isn't it? I've never seen wrapping paper with looks like a newspaper to Welcome to the World. Hey, Lynn. So I'm kind of going through fast because there's so much, guys. It's already probably going to take us an hour to go through this. Just in the Happy Mail. Just in the Happy. Holly Hobby. Holly Hobby. Thank you, Julie. That's it. And so look how she packaged everything. She puts paper clips and on everything to keep it from getting messed up. You see? So that way all the little cutouts and everything are carefully taken care of. But I have to say, I needed some paper clips, so I did find these. I found these at Walmart, and they were the only colorful. They were only like $3, and I thought this little jar was so cute that I wanted to do a little fairy cutout, like a fairy in a bottle, like Artie Dar, how she's done. I'll have to go back and try to find one of her videos where she's done a fairy, a little fairy world in a bottle. Look, doesn't this look just perfect for a little genie or fairy in a bottle? But anyway, I needed some more paper clips for the little flag paper clips. I've been enjoying making those little with fabric and ribbon on top of the paper clips. And so this was only like $3 at, I haven't even unsealed it yet. And put one of the little fairies in that. Wouldn't it be cute? And speaking of fairy, Rabbit Trail. This is the color book that I got at Hobby Lobby yesterday on my way back from jury duty, which, by the way, I've been dismissed from jury duty. They got enough people through the screening process. They give you groups of people and question them, another group and question them, another group and question them like that. Well, our group we never even got up to the questioning part. They got enough for however many trials they're gathering jury members for. So I never even got to the questioning part. They got enough people before that. So we were dismissed yesterday. So I don't have to go back. Yeah, it's like a light bulb jar. But wouldn't that be a cool like genie, like a genie or a fairy in a bottle? Yeah. So anyway, captured fairy. Yeah, captured fairy. There's a lot of them on YouTube, Linda. Okay, let me make a note of that. I gotta make a note of that, Linda. I did not know that. Linda said captured fairy videos. YouTube. Okay, thanks, Linda. I did not know that. The only one I'd ever seen do it is Dar. So I don't know. But anyway, these will probably be too big for that. But I just wanted to show you this. It's the Creative Haven, which is a company that puts out a lot of these color books. Hobby Lobby carries the bulk of them. Michaels carries quite a few of them too. They're regularly $5.99, but at Hobby Lobby you can use a coupon. So I used a 40% off coupon, so I got it for like $3 or something like that. Um, so yeah, I got it for like $3 instead of, well, it's $5.99. It's a little more, maybe $3.50 with a 40% off coupon. So it's just really cool, and lots of different fairy fairies, pixies. And so these will be awesome to color and cut out and put in an art journal. Maybe we'll do that today. We'll see how much time we have. So we'll go, if we have more time, I'll go more in depth with that. All right, let's get back to MsRose. See, a paper clip distracted me. That's pretty bad. When a paper clip can send you on a rabbit trail. Okay, cuts, panels, and designs. So again, look how she's got them all bundled up in little bundles and all kinds of cuts, all kinds of borders, all kinds of cut borders. And I like to throw these in Happy Mail, and or if somebody just does not have any kind of cutting machine, and asks nicely and doesn't request me to send like the whole kitchen sink, I don't mind sending out some of these if you really don't have a way to make any. Otherwise, I throw them in Happy Mail. So, yeah, all kinds of cut borders, and there's just so much, but it's so cute, MsRose. If you watch this recording, it's so cute how she paper clip everything. Oh my gosh, it's just so adorbs. And I don't say that often either, but MsRose is adorbs. Oh, all kinds of little paper clip. Look at all the cutouts, guys. I mean, MsRose must have every punch ever made. Well, Eileen and her do. I know Eileen has every, and Mitzi Curry. Mitzi, I think, has every punch ever made too. So yeah, it's just awesome. All kinds of punches. If y'all have any questions, put them in caps. If you're watching this recording, okay, these were all in here. If you're watching this recording, this is a live show on Ustream with live chat, live people. And but thanks for watching wherever you're watching. You think MsRose has every punch ever made? I think so too. I think she's collected every punch. Try to get it over here on the black so you can see it. Aren't they awesome though, guys? Just a little bit of everything. This one's pretty with the little sunflowers around the edge. There'll be such a, little note, a little thank you note, throw in there, or use it on a card, like where you put the sentiment and stamp the sentiment. Rose and Hubs are, yes, yes. They have, yeah, they used to have a bookstore, and now they've moved to selling books online. I know. I don't sell through Amazon. So, if you are looking for a used book, let's say, and, they always say like a third party seller and stuff like that. Well, MsRose is like one of those. I mean, I don't think their name is on there or anything. It's just they sell books via, I think, Amazon, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, Sherry. How you doing? Not too late. I'm gonna sit you up there with where'd she go? I'll sit you up there with Janet. Keep Janet company. I think Janet's still here. I don't know. Uh, so we're going through the MsRose box of cutouts and stacks. I already unpacked it, Sherry, before you got here. There's like 4 stacks like this of napkins that MsRose packed perfectly stacked in a box. Okay, so let's open some of her little goodies here. Again, MsRose. Sherry knows. Sherry's got packages from MsRose. See, I love how look how she paper clips. Everything's so neat. And look at that. Look at that. It's like a little castle, like fleur-de-lis, castle-y looking border. And you can paint these any colors, guys. That's the thing about stuff like this. You can paint them, just, dab on the paint or use them as stencils. And I think we're going to use some of these for stencils today. Maybe both. Hey, Queen Pam. We might use this. No, yeah, I've just taken them out of the box, Sherry. I haven't gone through the napkins yet. We're going to go through the napkins after we go through this stack of punch outs. But these are awesome to use for stencils too, right? Stencils and punches. Some more of this. Just love it. And so she has it all. See, she has it all like so neatly like this. It's just awesome. Oh, look, little birds. Little birds. That's all can be stencils and or masks, or just use this as is, right? Yes, she did, Sherry. All I've done is pull them out of the box. I have not I've not gone through them yet. So again, just look, just tons and tons and tons of stencily type and punch out, goodness. And we're gonna use it. Okay, let me put this stack back on here on this little piece of cardboard. See, she's just so neat. She's just so neat. Okay, then she has it separated with a sheet of paper here. Borders designs for stencils, masks, and collage. I know, just isn't it awesome, guys? Let's take this out of the plastic bag. Let's see what she's got in here. Again, look, all paper clipped. MsRose, you're just awesome. Some birds, a lot of birds, all kinds of. I'm going to try to keep them as neat as we can. Another little stack, paper clipped. I don't want to go off on another rabbit trail of paper clips, but I'm loving the paper clips. Just saying. She cut these out. No, I think she cut these all out with a punch. Queen Pam. She has punches. Hundreds of punches. Well, I'm trying to get it so you can see them. Hummingbird. That's a whole stack of birds there. This is for where she cut out tags, punched out tags. As far as I know, she doesn't have one. Does she, Sherry? I think this is all punches. All punches. Tags, which these are awesome. You can use for stencils and or masks. A whole bunch of those. Some different swirls and designs there. Trying to keep them in a neat stack. Houses, another big bird. Some keys. Okay, so there's that little stack there. Trying to keep them neat. Here's another little stack, and she just uses bits of file folders. And she's got all kinds of flowers. Yeah, thousands of punches. Exactly, Jean. And so she, as she's punching these out or has extras, she makes stacks of them and saves them to share. Which we love. See, look, what an awesome stencil or piece for a journal page. Some die cuts in here too. Okay, maybe, I don't know. MsRose, our MsRose is a mystery. She's our mystery Rose. I don't know I think one person's met her. Has there been more than one person here that's met her? Just want to show you all the goodnesses of them. There's just stacks of each thing. keeping them neat because they'll get tangled easily. Okay, so here's another little look. Look how cute. I love you, Miss Rose. She put them in a baggie, wrapped the baggie, and paper clipped it so that it was like nice and tight around the stack. I know. Just all kinds. I'm trying to just, go through the different ones. So we got plenty to put in Happy Mail. I try to keep stacks of these things like close to my mail. I have 2 shelves in my room that are for Happy Mail with my big Rolodex, my small Rolodex, plastic tubs of the cards put from people who send them to me they're bundled by person, so I know, like, if I'm running low, say on Sherry, then I can switch over to CB. And for those of y'all that are just joining us, I want to show y'all again. This is a CB card this is what we're sending to Miss Rose for her birthday. Her birthday's next week. So this is a CB card. And in case Miss Rose doesn't know who CB is, I put her name on there so that so Miss Rose would know who it is. But this is the one. Happy Diana's met her. Okay. So this is the card we're going to send Miss Rose for her birthday from all of us, from the Ustream gals here. Just wanted y'all to see that because that was perfect. No one's met me. You're a figment. Julie Topaz says, no one's met me. I'm a figment of your imagination. I love you, Julie. I know her last name's not Topaz. So again, these are just tons of borders. Borders. Look at these. And so you can use them for stencils too. Now, granted, they're paper, so if you do cut things out of your Cameo, which I do this too, I cut things out of my Cameo and out of paper, and I'll use them for stencils. And the acrylic paint does blend, pile up, and so they do last a good long time. If you're using on jelly plates, these are awesome for jelly plating. On your jelly plates for stencils and masks on the jelly plates. And then here's a whole nother little section. Let's take that paper clip off and see what's in here. Oh, she's got some of that. Oh, let me pull this section out. Let me pull this out. I'll show you that in a second. And then here's more. These are numbers. Is that a number border? Alphabet border? Yeah. All kinds of borders that she's got wrapped up neatly. But this one is some of that, I think is it Timmy tape? Tim Holtz tissue tape. She's got a whole bunch of that in here. So we might use some of that too. If you're just joining us, what I'm trying to do is after I show Miss Rose's Happy Mail, I want to use some of that Colleen sent that bag of goodies with Bandit's picture in it. I don't know that I'll use Bandit's picture in the art journal page because I really don't want to mess up that picture. I want that picture like where I can look at it because it makes me happy. But I want to try to do an art journal page with some of the stuff that Colleen sent. And this, that just speaks to me too. So I'm going to set that to the side here. We'll use that. Okay, so then she sent a whole bunch. Here's some more. Let's do the tissue paper first. Here's some more tissue papers. I'm loving the paper clips. Just saying. Loving the paper clip. Yeah, Juju's birthday is tomorrow. Yes. Miss Rose's is next week. Kathy Cass is today. So if y'all see any of these people, make sure and tell them happy birthdays. Once I send the cards out, unless they pop up on Facebook, I'm not remembering whose birthday is that day. I know it when I'm sending out the birthday cards. But then when the day appears, unless somebody says happy birthday to that person or they pop up on Facebook, I'm more likely than not to forget that day, their birthday on the day. That's why I do a birthday week. Sometimes, it just pays to do a week. My granddaughter's smart. She does a birthday month. Okay, so anyway, back to the tissue. This looks like maybe some wedding. No, is this maybe a napkin? No, I don't know. Maybe it's a napkin, but it's embossed. Maybe this is like a decorative napkin that's just embossed. Although it's very slick, I can't imagine actually using it to like wipe your face with or anything. I don't think that would absorb anything, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Some more tissue papers, black tissue paper, crepe papers, tissue. Oh, look, I love the fish bones. Love the fish bones. Too bad Bandit's a dog, not a cat, but I'm going to pull this too because I want to use some of that. I'm just thinking for the immediate day today, right? Some more tissue paper, black, lots of black tissue paper. I bet this would be awesome with, let me try it. Oh, yeah. Look. White, a gel pen or a Posca. Awesome. Some more tissue, 50. Oh, it's just, I think it's just random numbers. More black tissue, some bears. So all this awesome tissue paper. I'm trying to separate it, tissue paper, napkins, and punches. And in this case, also vintage book paper. Now, MsRose has sent me vintage book papers before. Remember, she's a book dealer. And I've used these in different collage pages and things like that. But like for instance, this is a page out of Peterson's magazine, May 1881. This is not a copy. This is an actual 1881 piece of I guess they called it a magazine, depending on the binding or the whatever, as opposed to a book. Here's a history of the porcelain and its pedigree. So there's a whole bunch of that. And look at this. I just thought this was gorgeous. Designed for a hand screen. I don't know, but putting that in a magazine or a book back in the 1800s, or early 1900s, this had to be expensive. 1870, Peterson's magazine, 1876. That had to be quite expensive to print and publish, So isn't that awesome? Maybe we'll use that too. I don't know. That doesn't really go with the fish, but but I would like to use that. Okay, then here's some more. Let's just look at what some of this vintage newspapers are. Isn't it fun? I love getting Happy Mail like this. Well, I love Happy Mail anytime because, I like to share it. January 1880, Illustrated Scientific News. Now, I would probably like to read this first just because I would like to see what's going on in 1880. Here's something from the patent department. Now, here's the problem with this. For sure, there is no doubt I will get either my iPhone mag light out or look how tiny. Did people have this good eyes back then? I know they were trying to squeeze a lot on a page. And did they have to typeset this with like individual letters? Really? Can you even see how little that is? Oh, I can't even imagine. I can't read it. I'm just telling you right now, I cannot see that. I can see the titles. Business hints, patent department. It's the Illustrated Scientific News. So whatever, probably patents and inventions and things were going on. Hopefully they had a patent by the time they put it in this magazine. Yeah, it's delicate too. I got to be careful opening it because it'll tear on a dime, right? It's very fragile. So, cutting tunnels for mining. Isn't this fun, guys? Or am I the only one? Monarch Printing Press. The International Exhibit Building in Sydney, New South Wales. Any of y'all in Oz? I don't know if that's even still there. I have no idea. The average age was much younger than it is now. So their eyes were good. Is that what you're saying? Hey, Susan, by the way, Susan Ribbons. And then here's the American. Let's see what this is here. The American Artesian, Chicago, 1882. A Randolph publication offices. Oh, Randolph Street. Subscription price $1 per year in advance. Now I can't read any of that little bit there, but in this, look at this. Big ads here for furnaces. Cast iron stable fittings. Warm air furnace. Look at this, guys. Isn't this cool? Oh, and then more sales. Special notices. This is called the Metal Worker here. Okay, so then let's see. What else do we have here? Oh, this is some more of that same paper, I think. More advertising. More advertising, printing presses, patent roofing steamer. Oh, seamer. Roofing seamer. Presses, dies. I wonder if they could see a cameo now. If they could see a cameo silhouette. Yeah, I knew that, Susan, but I didn't think about maybe their eyes were better, right? Okay, here is Tinner House Furniture, Chicago, Illinois, hardware. All from the American Artesian. Advertising. And it's so cool. And it's real vintage. I mean, it's not like faux vintage. It's not faux ephemera. It's real ephemera. Yeah, it probably is right. You're probably right, Susan. You're probably right. Okay, and then this right here again. Ironstone, Newton and Albany, New York. More advertising. Look at it. Isn't it awesome, guys? Isn't that just kind of cool? These are great. Love. I know. Me too, Jean. Me too. So there's our newspaper stack. So let me move the die cuts and put them in a separate stack. I got stacks, people. We have stacks. And then the old newspaper stacks. Here's the die cuts. Okay. Now we're going to go through the napkins. Let's get the camera back here. Get ready, people. Get ready. I'm going to try to go kind of fast because I have 4 stacks like this from MsRose. Let's see. I think I'll zoom in one just so I can not have to pick each one up. I can just move it to the side. Let's try that. Let's refocus. Let me get where's my focus something here. Let's refocus. Come on, focus. Focus. I have to turn it off and turn it back on. Okay, let's try that. I don't know, Sherry. We're going to go through it. Okay, so here we go. I think that's good. Get my chat back. Okay. And then we're all printed, hand set for printing press. Yeah. I know, right? Okay. So here we go. Let me restack this. I am just going to kind of just go through. I'm not going to talk about any of them. I'm just going to flip through them because there's so many, guys. So many napkins. Look at the sea turtle. Uh-oh, where's Eileen? We might need to send that one to Eileen. For those that don't know, Eileen, the enabler elf, she actually knows our new American Bandstand. His name just slipped my mind. Dick Clark. So I'm just going to flip through. So just get your coffee. Shh. Uh-oh. We will not send this one to Eileen. Sherry, Sherry, we will not send that one to Eileen. Hey, Elk Lady. Who else have I missed? Judy Patootie, Juju. Hi, Juju. We were just saying it's going to be your birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Juju. So look how pretty. All different seasons and look at that one. Oh, that one's love the colors in that. I'm gonna pull some that I think I'm gonna put immediately. Not maybe not like this minute, but I want to put in my art journal, napkin journal rather. I won't be putting this one in the napkin journal. Just saying. Don't worry, Eileen. Poinsettias, some Christmas, different Christmas holiday. And if there's like two of the same one, I'm picking up both of them, right? Like there's two of those. I'm just picking them both up. So that'll make an awesome border in a art journal. Pull one of those. Here's those African masks and animals. That one's cool too. They all are. Every time I say cool, I think of Victor now. Cool. San Francisco. Wedding. I'll tell you. MsRose. Hey, Iffy. MsRose outdid herself today. There's another one of those 50s. Zebra. Some more of the pink. I'm trying to go kind of quick. There's hundreds. I'm not joking. I'm trying to keep them stacked and as neat as MsRose packed them. She packed these like a packing pro. She knows how to, I guess because she's packed books for so long, she could pack a napkin. That one's pretty too. She can pack a napkin, can't she? Stacks. And again, if there's more than one, I'm just kind of trying to pick them up. I know. And then here's a whole pack of some more of those embossed. The other ones were embossed gold, silver. These are embossed gold or kind of bronzy colored ones. So you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but it has embossing on them. Let me keep my stacks neat here. Oh my gosh, I haven't heard this for a long time. Grits. Girls raised in the South. Girls raised in the South. I'll pull that one. And there's one of those gold embossed ones. Christmas. So thanks so much, MsRose. These are just so fun. We love our napkin journals and art journal pages, and just sending them in happy mail is happy. Happy. And other than this one, I've not seen any of these before. Well, maybe the gold embossed ones, but I don't see. These are all like new ones to me. Different zebras in green and brown. Eileen's probably every time she sees me pull up one of those, going, "No, not another flamingo." I bet MsRose just threw those in there to irritate Eileen. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, Jean. If you see something special that you really like, Jean. Yeah, I told Jean I'd send her some napkins because, like, I don't have enough. And Jean's gonna want to do some napkin journaling. I said, well, just let me know if you see something you like, Jean. Oh, look at this one. That's so cute. And that's like real vintage. I can tell by the texture of it. Isn't that cute? Yeah, because I don't have enough, Jean. And that one's cool. Cool. That one's really pretty. Well, they all have their possibilities. They all have their possibilities. Here's a little botanical ones, ferns. That one's so pretty. I love the colors in that, the blue and the green. That looks like Jean right there. That has to go to Jean. There's multiples. There's multiples of all of them. They're just, they're not all necessarily in order. I mean, like all of them together. She's got them. I mean, there's just so many, guys. So many. That's pretty too. That'd be a good journal page one. Look at that. Oh, some of these are going in my napkin journal for sure, guys. Oh, I wonder if that one should go in my napkin journal. What is napkin journaling? It's using napkins in a mixed media art journal. I'll show you mine in a minute. So, well, in a few minutes when we finish this. Okay, so there's that first stack. Stack one. Stack two. Okay, these are large. Let me put these because these we do have a lot of these. I sent a whole pack of those large ones. Okay, the long ones, and then this one too is a nice crown. A green background with a crown, Jean. Okay, so let's see here. This is like a real, like a larger dinner napkin, Christmas dinner napkin. I know, right? Okay, let's go to this next stack. Wait for it. Yes, if you're not into Happy Mail and napkins, this show's probably not for you. Don't email me. Just, go on to somebody else's. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Oh, turkeys. That one's pretty. Ooh, that's really pretty. And Jean doesn't like pink. An owl. You go, girl. And take those tacky shoes with you. This has got to go to Linda. Not that she wears tacky shoes, but Linda Art Unit, that's just so something she would say. Now, Linda's probably got a million napkins, but this one I'll just have to send her that. I have to send Linda that. Put a sea turtle. Okay. All right. Passed up the sea turtles. Where'd the sea turtle go, Jean? Oh my gosh, Jean. Sea turtle. Ah! Sea turtle. Okay. Yeah, Jean's wanting some napkins because she's going to be working in smart journaling. So I told her I didn't have enough, but I would spare some. I could spare some. Yeah, I'm going to put together, Jean, a little stack. A little stack. There's another sea turtle. Love the little African Jean pie like that. I might need to use this one in an art journal page. So I'm just going quickly through them, guys. Just going quickly through them because there's hundreds. I mean, she sent hundreds. And they're so stacked so neatly. Ooh, I love this paisley. Isn't that pretty? These two kind of go together. Let me pull these paisley ones. That's going to make a nice journal page for me or Jean. So if you're a napkin journal aficionado, let me know. Just kind of quickly going through. Oh, look, a little chicken. Oh, that one's pretty too. Got lots of butterfly ones in my personal journal, The African one. Little cardinals, Christmas cardinals. Oops, more flamingos. Just want y'all to see the variety that MsRose has collected. Ooh, there's another. I already pulled myself one of those. Pull one. No, Jean doesn't like pink. Okay. Jean likes green. So anyway, there's another one of those. I gotta pull these out just to send for funnies. Send out funnies to people. Sherry, did you get a lot of these too? That's vintage too. I can tell. Um, some more grits. We'll pull some more grits. A lot of things for Christmas. And if y'all don't make ATCs or cards, I haven't made lots of sets of ATCs because I make my collage cards. But napkins are also great. Let me pull one of these just specifically for an ATC, just so I can show y'all that too. We'll see how much time we have. There's another Jean one there. This one would be a good one here. Okay, so there's another stack. So I hope y'all can see them. I am going kind of quickly. All right. The third stack. Sorry, guys. I just think this is so fun. Oh, that'd be a pretty one in the art journal. Yeah. I'll send you a nice selection, Miss Jean. Jean will probably stream us for hours doing a napkin journal. I don't know what her plans are. She might have said on a stream what her plans are to do with a napkin journal. I don't know. Because I've had to miss a few of Miss Jean's streams this week because of jury duty. That one's pretty too. Poinsettias. A lot of nice Christmas ones. There's another one of those Indian print, paisley prints. Down. What did Linda say? I made Christmas cards with Christmas napkins. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Linda's always saying, don't send me any more napkins. But Linda, if you see something you like, let me know. Stack of these birds there. The butterflies. All these butterflies. I'll pull another one of those. Christmas stockings. This looks like playing cards, like a folk art. Folk art. Maybe it's not playing card. Just maybe it is because it's got the heart on him, but it just folk art style. Jean needs that one too. Another sea turtles. Some more of those 50s. Stockings, turkeys, piece of the black tissue paper, some more of that folk art. If you have any questions, put them in caps. Okay, yeah, do that, Linda. Let me go this way with them. San Francisco again. Some more of the little reindeers, some plaids, some turkeys, some more of the borders. So just, you know, I don't know, this kind of stuff gets my ideas full. Oh, and I got another place for y'all to get more good ideas. Let me make a note to tell y'all, because I don't want to get off on a rabbit trail for that now, because I'm going to want to stop and talk about it. So let me just make a note. I want to try not to get too many rabbit trails because I get lost in them too. I get lost going off on a paper clip rabbit trail. Okay, so there's that stack. Thanks so much, Miss Rose. Trying to keep it neat. Okay. Then I showed all these butterfly ones. There's a nice big stack of those. And for the last stack, it's the larger, like dinner napkins. I just get tickled at all the napkins. I mean, it's hilarious. Miss Rose, it's just hilarious. Ooh, that's a pretty one. That Jean, you could probably do something really good with that. Jean could probably paint that. Don't tell me she couldn't. Bunch of, ooh, that one's kind of cool. Look at that. Christmas balls. You know, the Christmas, yeah. And some pumpkins. Some more of that. We'll pull that. I'll put that one in mine too, Jean. Flags. Ooh, that one's pretty. Look at the irises. It's not an iris. Shoe slipper. What is it called? Somebody can tell me the name of this flower. I know the name of it. It's just slipping my mind. We're at dinner last night and told people you went off on a rabbit trail. I know, Susan, right? Susan, are you back down in your new home or are you back up at the old home? Hi, Sky. We're just looking at some napkins Miss Rose sent us. Oh, look. How cute is that? I don't know what I would do with it, but it's adorbs. Some paisleys. Butterflies. Oh, now this one I for sure will have to put in my inkwell. Inkwell. Lady slipper. Thank you, and hi, Vicky S. By the way, lady slipper. Yeah. Oh, here's another. It's a happy birthday, but there's more sea turtles and stuff, Jean. Pull that. That just makes me smile. Another little. Pink paisley. Sherry, did you get some of these? Sherry is Sherry Pink. And Sherry, I'm sure you got some. Miss Rose sent her a box of stuff too. But Sherry, if you did not get this, let me know. There's another lady slipper. This one has got birds. More flags. The brown. It looks like it's, painted. There's a technique where you can get that look where it's almost like you paint over and wipe away and paint over. Anyway, that's got that look to me. You didn't get the pink paisley? Okay, Sherry. We'll make Sherry a stack of pink paisley. Some more Christmas decorations. That one's cool. Jean, that would look good with your some of your other brown ones. Some more sea turtles. Some silver edged like anniversary. Some more of the pumpkins, a bunch of those. Oh, dinosaurs. Did you get a dino? Sherry also likes dinosaurs. Sherry, did you? Well, I'm going to send it to you anyway. Oh, look at that one. That one looks like that would be fun, Jean. Lady slippers, pine cones, holly. Just such a variety. Little animals, cherry blossoms. Another bright, colorful one. This one will be good to give away too. Some more butterflies. I know. Trust me, guys. I'm going to get a ton of emails off of YouTube telling me how much they want a certain napkin. I know. I just know. Because there's a lot of napkin girls out there. You'd be surprised how many I like these things. The cherry blossom. Okay, Galena, email me. Okay. Email me, Galena, because I've already, by the time you said cherry blossom, that's way on down there. I can't tag them right now. So y'all email me. Okay. Don't go cray though, please. I can't afford it. I can't afford for y'all to go cray cray on me. Hubster will be giving me the stink eye, you know. Uh, I do make sure the priority that I have in my happy mail is birthday cards. Okay, that's my, I do make sure I do the birthday cards. The rest is, second. Okay, here we go, going. I'm gonna pull a couple cherry blossoms. Now you're gonna have to tell me because I'm gonna have those cherry blossoms pull and go. Who wanted those? I'm not gonna remember. Okay. So anyway, guys, this was so sweet of MsRose to send us all this. I'll tell you, we're set for fall. We're set for fall. Yeah, I pulled you one of those black ones, Jean. This one just is so intriguing to me. I love that one. I'll pull another one of those. It's another one of the black ones. Oh, look at this one. It's like a bandana. If it was pink, that would be a sherry pink. Okay. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I think we're about down to the last stack here. So yeah, thank you so much, MsRose. Thank you so much, MsRose. You're working on some cards that will include some Canadian plastic money for Hubster. Okay, Jane. Oh, well, I appreciate Hubster appreciates it, guys, because I do send out a lot of happy mail. Once I get over $20 a week, he gives me the eye, like, yeah, got your $20 a week in happy mail. Let's. Okay. All right, so let me kind of restack some of these because some of these are for me, some of them are for Jean. So, Galena, Sherry, that's Sherry. Okay, I'm going to try to make some stacks here. All right, because what I do want to do is use maybe some of this MsRose, vintage paper or some of this stuff that I showed earlier because I want to work in the, all right, I've got to move off this. I don't have room to work if I keep this right here. What I want to do is work in either the napkin journal or in the mixed media journal and use some of the Colleen stuff she sent last week. If y'all were here when I showed this happy mail, okay, with our bandit in it, the guard to the mini bar. I wanted to use some of this stuff in a journal, in the mixed media journal. I don't think I want to put this in the napkin journal just because it just is more fitting in the mixed media journal. Okay, so we'll probably do that. You don't have to say a cherry blossom. Oh no, I don't mind sending it to you, Galena. I don't mind. Yeah, people just have to let me know. Hey, Carol. Yeah, I don't mind, guys. I don't want to make it sound like I don't like sending you happy mail, but I do have a list, and I am backed up on art cards because I haven't made them. I need to make another batch. Every time I make a batch of art cards, those are pretty much already spoken for from the group that requested one the last batch, right? So my art cards are like a batch behind. So if you have requested a art card from me, it's not that I have forgotten. I have Post-it notes on my drafting table of who wants an art card. It's just that I have to make them. Okay, I have to make some more. Okay, but I did want to show you real quickly how you can use the little the napkins and the images on an ATC, an artist trading card, which that's another thing. There's a bookstore that has an artist trading card month of June, and I'm not even, have anything ready for that. So I'm the happy mail queen. I'm not going to dispute that, Jean. I'm really not going to dispute that one. I'll take that title, Jean. Okay, but having said that, I do have lots of older. I used to be in ATC swaps back in 2004 and 5, and I used to host them and be in multiple swaps. This was before I started doing streaming, and I was in total, like, for 4 years. I did ATCs, like, I don't want to say religiously because that's just not the right word to use for for it, but I have tons of either ATCs. Now these aren't even the ones in the notebooks, which I've shown y'all before. These are just these office, these black office drawer things. These are all ATCs. Now these probably are 90% done in here, but they're older themes, and they're not my, like, collage cards like I do now. These were all themed, right? We would do swaps with themes, like, let's just say holiday or flowers or fairies, or what, all the different themes that ATCs have. Well, these are all like themed things, and some of them are leftovers from whatever theme they were. And so I have a few that are like, these were extras. This one was from 2005. So I had extras of a few. But they're not really trade worthy, in my opinion, now. They need work. And of course, a lot of them are dated and stuff like this. Now, this is one that I really love that I have only one left of. And I made a little faux wood cardstock with the little loops on it to make it like a little book. And these are ATC size, which is the size of a baseball card, a playing card, 2.5 by 3.5. My art cards are 3 by, they're 3 by 4. Hang on, let me get one. They're a little bigger. Just so y'all can see the difference between an ATC size and an art card. These are my art cards that I make now. This is an ATC size. So you can see 2.5 by 3.5. Now I make them 3 by 4, right? So these do not fit. My art cards do not fit in, like, baseball card sleeves. They're bigger than an ATC, but these are the ones that I make and I share with you guys and send them out. But this is the size of an ATC, just so you can see the difference, right? Okay. Oh, now this is one tray. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 7 trays. 7 trays like this. So I've got plenty of fodder for artist cards, but it's because I did this for 4 years, guys. I've got, here's a whole stenciled alphabet ready to go. I did these for so many years, and a lot of them are not, there's not a lot on them. Some are just like painted backgrounds. We've done these before, where you paint a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper or cardstock, and then we cut it up. See, so I've got tons of this kind of thing too, right? See, got tons of these. But I don't have time to do swaps anymore. ATL was an Alice in Wonderland one you were in, yeah. And so there's just tons of different, they're still fun to do. It's just because it's not as popular to do ATCs. People still do them and enjoy doing them. I'm telling you, there's nothing more fun than swapping with ATCs with people. But what I wanted to do is, let me get some. Then I have I have a whole tray. This is a whole tray full of cut papers. These are either scrapbook papers or cardstock ready to work with, right? So what I was going to do is I was going to take a couple, I don't know how many I can get out of a napkin, maybe 4. Let me just take 4 here. I'm going to take 4. And this is just cardstock. It's just, maybe, what is that, 90 weight, 60 weight? I don't know. It's not, by the time you layer up your cards with glue, paint, paper, tissue paper, and embellishments, they're nice and thick, right? So I even do my art cards, the one like this, on this kind of paper, because then by the time I paint the backs, it's got varnish on them. They're really quite thick. Okay. So let me pull this on here. And let's try to see what else I could show you in the ATC family. Let's get the car back here. So, and there's a couple different ways you can do something like this. You can either take a full-on sheet, a full-on napkin, and let's go ahead and pull off the backs. You want to pull the backs off because they won't glue well. And I do Jean's trick, and again, I think Jean said she saw it somewhere else, but I learned it from Jean to take a piece of tape and pull, to pull off the backing, because there's usually two backings. Sometimes it's a little tricky, but see, if you got a piece of tape, you'll pull it right off, right? Anyway, it's also best if you start, after you pull the backings off, whether you do a full-on big sheet of paper and glue the whole thing down and then cut it up, or if you want to be strategic in the imagery and just do it one card at a time. Let's see, fish art cards. Don't know what to do. Well, yeah, see, I don't do anything with those anymore, Silver, because I'm not in trades anymore. I'm not in swaps anymore. Those are all leftovers. I got 7 trays of those left over from 4 years of doing them, like 2000, probably 3, 4, 5, and 6, something like that. I mean, I would do 3 and 4 swaps a week. I would host them, swap them, and be in other people's swaps. So, Okay, so back to the napkins and using them on ATCs, artist trading cards, or for, whichever, however you want to use them. Even if you're just a thank you note, you can make little cards. It doesn't have to be ATC size. The thing about doing the ATC size, 2.5 by 3.5, is people that trade them, swap them, collect them, they store them in the baseball card sleeves, which fit 2.5 by 3.5. It's a 9 pocket. I've shown y'all my big binders full of swapped artist cards. And they store them in those sleeves. That's why it's like a standard, so that everybody can keep them and store them, whether it's their own or swaps in some kind of a system, right? Okay, so anyway, let me just show you again, when you do anything with napkins, why it's best to start with white. Because look, see how I've taken the backs off, and you do need to take those backs off because of the gluing situation. Look at the difference when it's on black and when it's on white. See the difference, how vibrant that is? So if you glue this napkin, say, on a already painted background, any kind of dark surface, it's going to look like this. Whereas if you glue it on white, it's going to look like that. See, it's just obviously much better to glue on start with the white base when using napkins. Now, if it's other kind of papers and stuff, it doesn't matter if you've already got a pre-painted, chopped up, something already on the back, already painted on your card. Then it's not going to matter because you're going to be layering on top. It's not translucent. But when you're using napkins, it's best to start with white if you want to keep the vibrancy of it, right? Well, yes, my studio is pretty organized, I gotta say. Even though my daughter made me get rid of a lot of stuff that time. If y'all have not watched that video, when I think it's called Daughter helps me sort papers. It's probably close to a year. Is it a year now? Maybe 9 months. It's a while back in my YouTube videos. But I do keep things organized. It's just I have a lot of it, right? Like I've got shelves and shelves and shelves. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. At least 14 shelves of my art journals, and that's not including under this table here are all my portfolios and larger pieces. So it's not that I don't organize it, it's just there's a lot of it. And who's going to throw away their art journals? No, I'm not going to throw away my art journals. All right, so let's just go ahead and do this real quick. Let me get a piece of wax paper, and then I'll show you. Then we're going to work in Colleen's I'll probably start another video. Let's see how much time is. It's 10 and I'm in an hour. So let me go ahead and glue this, show my napkin journal, and then we'll start another video for working in the mixed media journal. Okay, I'm kind of keeping this napkin themed here. So I just need something to put glue on, right? So what I'm going to do is, and you can be real careful and strategic about this. Like you can really, be real careful. I'm going to be careful, but I'm not going to be so careful that it's going to bug me if it gets off a little bit. So let me turn this over to it's curling. All right, so what I'm going to do is just put some matte medium down on here. And again, I saw Sunset Carol here, who is the one, this is dry paint, so it'll be fine, who told me to put my matte medium. I use golden matte medium, and I know it is expensive, and that's just what, if I have to splurge on one expensive thing, it's going to be my golden matte medium. And to put it in a dishwasher, dish soap bottle, because then you can just squeeze out however much you want, right, and close it up. And it's just easier than in a big jar. All right, so what I'm going to do, and then I'll get my glue brush. I have brushes that are just for gluing, and they stay in water. They're the only brushes that I have that I keep in water. And that's just so they stay flexible. I don't use them for anything else but glue. Your daughter's yeah, my daughter would be a minimalist if she could, but she can't because she's got kids and things going on, but she likes the clean minimalist kind of thing. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and let me just do one at a time. I'm just going to put a coat of matte medium on it, and then I'm going to move that out of the way. Just find an area of napkinage that I think is kind of good right about there. Because once you stick the napkin down on matte medium, there's no going back. It's not like other papers where you can peel it up and move it around. A napkin is stuck, okay? And then when you go over the top of it with matte medium, you have to be a little bit more gentle than you would with paper because it'll tear. So I'm just going to nicely go over it with a nice thin coat like that, okay? And then I'm just going to cut it off the napkin, and then after it dries, I'll trim it because it will tear. It will tear if you're not careful. You could probably almost just tear it away right there, okay? All right, so there we go. Then I'll just trim all the little edges and everything after it dries. And see how it curls? By the time this dries, and I always paint my backs, I'll put other things on here, and also probably maybe varnish, maybe not, depending on what I would put on it. In the old days of my ATC trades, we would bulk them up a lot. As long as they could fit in a sleeve, we would embellish our art cards a lot, as long as they would still fit in a sleeve. You wouldn't want to get them too thick. But there we go. So there's just one card ready for you to do other things with, whether it's put some text on it, some whatever, right? All right, so let me go on to another one here, and I'm going to try to find different areas just to show you, all right? And it would probably behoove me to cut this napkin in half just for sake of manipulation here. So I'm going to put that one right there, okay? And I'm just going to careful because it will this is going to tear if I keep like a whole bunch, right? All right, and then I'm just going to do that. And now this one, as soon as it dries, will be ready to do other things with. So you can see the area that's going to be showing. Okay, let's do two more. Just so you can see that you can use napkins in your art cards too. Let's see. I think let's go sideways with this one. And the matte medium will dry clear, of course. So yeah, I'll show you the napkin journal that I started a couple weeks ago. Let's go with this right. Let's see. I think I want to go sideways with this one too. That I started in a date book journal that my sister gave me a few years ago, and I wasn't using it, so I decided to use it as a napkin journal. So there we go. So there's just some bases. Yeah, napkin ATCs. So let me just move this out of the way and I'll show you. I'll step over everything here. All right. So then it's just best to let it dry because the napkins are so fragile. But you could sit here and just really almost tear the edges off. And if you can't wait, you can cut them down right away. But then you can see how pretty they look as an element in an ATC. All right, so let's move this for a minute. Move these over to dry on the other table. And we would do all kinds of swaps. We'd even do, let me get something here for the camera, where we would send little baggies of little elements, like little cutouts, little charms, little whatever, themed based. And we would send just the baggies of little lollies for the person to make an ATC with only what was in that bag, other than the card. Everybody had cards, right? Blank card stock. And then you would take whatever, you had to use whatever was in that baggie to make your card. And sometimes we'd send enough for 2 cards, one to keep, one to send, that kind of thing. All right, so now on to, let me show you real quick the when we started. So this, and then I'm going to start another video to do something with. Thanks for everybody for being here. I want to try to say hi to everybody before, I start another recording. So this is a day book. Let me get my camera here. This is a day book that my sister sent me. I think it was in 2009. You can see, let me back up. I was real zoomed in for the napkin showing from MsRose. Get it to focus, guys. Okay. All right. You can see the size of it. It's like 12 by whatever, maybe 12 and a half by 7. And it was made to look like a vintage ledger book. See, it was meant to look like a vintage ledger book. And I never, you know me, I'm not one for keeping diary type of journaling. So I never used it, but I loved it. So what we decided to do was go ahead and turn it into, and this was already in here. This is the way the book came, right, with these marbleized papers. And so it's the Poetry of Nature 2009 calendar. And I did leave this just so I could remember what the book was originally. If you have these old books like this and you want to use them for this kind of stuff, you can cover that up, right? All right, so what I'm going to do is a napkin journal with it. And so far, all I've really done is put some napkins in it. I haven't done anything else with it, but I just want to show you what it looks like when you start putting napkins in. Well, I guess we did do one page. I'll come back to this in a second. What it looks like when you just throw in some napkins. Like here, you can still see the calendar on this one. Okay. And just like any other kind of book, journal, magazine journal, or whatever that you're going to fill up with other layers of stuff, you want to go front to back, middle, front to back, middle. Because if you just go front to back, like, let me show you the magazine journal here. If you just go front to back, you're going to start warping the spine. Here's one. See how the spine is warped on that? Completely flipped over. Now, this is two magazines put together, but the same thing applies. If you just go front to back in a book or any kind of book, you're going to start warping the spine, right? It's just best if you can to go do some in the front and then some in the back. Okay. And it sounds like they're stuck, but they're really not. The texture of napkins will make it sound, make it look like they're sticking, but it's not tearing or anything. It's fine. This was already in the book. This is a page that came in the book, so I'm going to leave that, or maybe just put something in, the inside. Again, another napkin. Then there's none here. Then I went into that's already in the book. Then I went to the middle of the book and started adding some napkins. That was already here. Some more napkins. And this ribbon was in the book too. Already came in the book. So this is going to be all pages done with napkins. Every page will have a napkin on it. And so if you start a napkin journal like this, you can take the time, and it will get tedious if you try to do 100 pages. Trust me, this one's probably got maybe, because it's got a double page spread for a week. So, it's got at least 52, probably 60 pages, right? And it will get tedious trying to do, 50, 60 napkin pages at once. So I'd recommend doing maybe 3 or 4. And you do have to hit it with a heat gun and make sure it's dry. Because if you do close it when it's wet, it will stick for sure. So you want to make sure it's dry in between. Okay? Hey, Sarah. Anybody else popping in? Whippy, Iffy. Hey, CB. We were talking about you earlier when I showed all of the napkins from MsRose. And we're going to send MsRose the card you made for her birthday. So this is the card that CB, I just now saw here, made. And so we're going to send this one to MsRose because, it's kind of obvious, right? So MsRose is going to get that card for her birthday. So anyway, back to the napkin journal. So I'm going to have every page in here have at least a napkin on it. And then from there, go to this stage where we did one already, and then taking some cutout imagery. I'm just trying not to have that show there. Like this is from a color book, that kind of thing, and make a mixed media page. And then this is all napkin here. This is a napkin here, and then we just painted in the antlers, branches over the top of the napkin because the color book page ended about right here. Okay, and this is from a separate book. And then just painted in the rest on top of the napkin. But I just want you to see one completed. This is what hopefully will have nice pages like that all through the book. With the different napkins, right? So when MsRose sent us that big stack of napkins, I'm going to pick out about 10, 15 or whatever to, completely finish putting at least one napkin on every page. And then it's ready to work on when I do a color book cutout or a collage or, here, like you can see here, I've got a whole bunch of things cut out from that nature color book ready to go. So even if it's a big chunk like this, if it's got, whatever, that's a little busy, but you get the idea, right? You get the idea. So even if you cover up a lot of the napkin, or what I'd probably do in this case, let me go ahead and do it, just let me show you. What I'd probably do in this case is I'd probably just cut out like part of it for one page. Let's see, how would I want to do this? I don't like to put things over in the center. If I have to do that, I usually cut it and glue it over here. So in other words, if I did use this bird right here and it had to go across the page, I'd cut the tail and glue it in two separate pieces. It's just not good to fill in the spine in the books, because then the spine's going to start getting warped, and you're going to ruin it's going to be bulky in the spine, and that's going to not be good for your book. So maybe, well, I could probably almost go to the edge here. So something like, let's just say I did this and then take this over here. You see what I'm talking about? You know what I mean, Bern? So, and then the rest would be painted. This would all be painted in, just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about by using your color book images. You're wondering what to do with all the napkins. Well, Rain. It's been a while since I've seen you. Well, use them to make a journal. It can be any kind of book. It can be a Molly. It can just be a cheap sketchbook. Whatever, right? Whatever you want. And then, now here's my only thing I would recommend. If you use Mod Podge, okay, your pages might stick. I would definitely test if you're going to use, glues or Mod Podge or things like that to glue your napkins down. Not only make sure it's completely dry, but do a test page where you've closed the dry page and make sure it does not stick. I've had terrible, I just do not even use, I don't even own any Mod Podge anymore. That's just me. And I understand that, matte mediums are expensive, but that to me is one of my like go-to supplies. If I had to spend money on anything, it would be golden matte medium. Okay, so anyway, so you can kind of see the idea. So I'll leave this one in here so the next time we, do a journal, napkin journal page, maybe we'll use this. And I'm loving that, my Monster Girl color books, Juliet Crane's Monster color book for the girls. But let me show you another idea here. So for this, but however, I just showed earlier, I got the Creative Haven Enchanted Fairies. I got it at Hobby Lobby, so I could use a coupon. Rather than spend $5.99, I got it for $3.50 or $3.25, whatever. Michaels does not allow you to use their coupons on color books or books of any kind or magazines. Hobby Lobby will. But even $5.99 for a book like this with so many images, again, this is a kind of book that's excellent for getting to color and put in your napkin journal. Or if you don't like to color and you don't want to color anything, just use collage things. Find a fairy on a calendar or whatever, imagery you like, birds, whatever, and just cut them out and use them in your napkin journal. You don't have to color everything. It just makes it more you. It makes it more personal, makes it more creative. If you are adding something that you've either drawn or at least colored yourself, right? And so that's what, I got this book for, is to use to cut up. So I'll color these girls and cut them up. Another tip, and I know I repeat these tips every time, but, not everybody watches every long stream. The other tip I would give you is let's just say you want to match this girl with, this page here of fish. You want to put this fairy underwater. I recommend coloring it in the book. Even if you want to match these color theme, color it in the book, or if you tear it out, color it on a slick surface. Do not try to color a cutout page on a napkin journal. This is textured and it's rough. If you try to cut her out, glue her down, and then color it, it's going to have textury. It's going to be, textury. You're not going to have a nice, smooth color book page. So color it first and then glue it down. Okay? If you're going to add paint, then it's not going to be a big a deal. If you're going to just paint, but I found that even if I add paint, I still want to add color pencil, and it's the color pencil that when you try to go over it with color pencil, it's going to be rough. So this is the book that I'm just going to do a quick flip through here. Hopefully you can see. It's just an awesome book of all kinds of fairies, birds, flowers. and it'll be a really good book for using these images in the napkin journal, which that was my plan when I bought this particular book, is to use these images in the napkin journal. Not only, I mean, it's not like I'll still probably use some more of the Juliet Crane girls too. But anyway, so there's a way for you to, yeah, color cut then glue. Exactly, Silver. Find you if you want to do a complete theme, even though you might have all different kinds of different napkins, fish, flowers, birds, butterflies, whatever you have in your napkin journal, you can still pick a theme, whether it's a color book of birds, a color book of the you know deco fashion girls, the flower fashion girl, whatever, and you can use to do a whole theme using your color book as the basis for that theme, whatever that theme is, with your napkin journal. So you can combine the two, right? That's what I bought this particular book for, to use in the napkin journal. All right. So I am going to go ahead and, oh, and here, see, I've got a whole bunch of other things cut out too that can be used in the napkin journal or in any art journal. So don't be afraid, unless it's some kind of a real specialty color book that like say your Harry Potter color book or something like that. You don't want to cut those pages out. This is a one-sided color book where it's they're perforated pages. It's the perfect kind of book to cut out images to use in your art journaling or napkin journal. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording and start another one because I want to do something in the art journal, mixed media art journal that I have, using some of the stuff that Colleen sent. And maybe some of the stuff that MsRose sent too. Not the napkins, but some of the other stuff. Because I want to keep the napkins, whenever I work with the napkins, I want it to be in this napkin journal. Okay, so just give me a second, guys. I'm going to save this video. Then I'm going to run get a cup of coffee, and then we'll do another segment. So hang loose. Be right back.